Hey everyone, welcome to this explainer. Today we're going to completely demystify something we all care about, increasing your salary. We're diving into a really disruptive framework called the architecture of the raise. Honestly, if you've ever felt stuck, underappreciated, or just downright frustrated by the usual tired advice on how to earn more, you are definitely not alone. This framework totally challenged what I thought I knew about career advancement. It breaks down the real structure of earning more in a way that is incredibly direct. So let's jump right in. Okay, get a load of this. Getting a raise is easy, actually. I know, that sounds totally absurd, right? Especially if you've been grinding away for years without seeing a single bump in your paycheck. But hear me out. The core argument here is that we have massively overcomplicated the whole process. Getting a raise isn't supposed to be some impossible labyrinth. It's actually meant to be a straight line. But to understand why it's a straight line, we first need a bit of a reality check regarding the myths society has sold us about how compensation actually works. Which brings us to Section 1, the getting paid myth. We need to systematically dismantle these heavily guarded traditional beliefs about what's supposedly required for financial growth.
There is this pervasive illusion out there that you desperately need a PhD, a wall literally covered in advanced certifications, or 20 agonizing years of experience just to earn a decent living. We've built up this towering, intimidating mythology around earning money, making it seem like some mystical achievement you only unlock by following these rigid, endless rules. But the reality is entirely different. The true driver of a raise is direct relational action. It's not about how many fancy letters you have after your name, it is entirely about what you actually do with the people around you.
Moving on to Section 2, what networking actually is. Let's strip away the awful corporate jargon and look at the actual mechanism of advancement.
Now, the word networking has been so corrupted over the years that, let's be honest, it almost means nothing anymore. So what is this core method of pure networking? Well, it's not exchanging business cards at a stuffy conference or sending out generic, copy-pasted connection requests. Pure networking is actually doing someone a favor or, and this is equally crucial, asking for one to build genuine trust. It's redefining the whole concept. It's not a shallow numbers game, it's a genuine exchange. When you do a favor or when you show a bit of vulnerability by asking for help, you build real trust. And that trust, that is exactly what creates actual, usable leverage when it comes time to talk about your compensation.
Think about the stark contrast here. On one side, we have what you might call fake LinkedIn. You know, those performative simulations and that constant broadcasting of achievements into the void. On the other side, we have the core method of genuine favors, building trust, and making direct requests. Broadcasting your wins and just crossing your fingers hoping someone eventually hands you a bag of money, that's an illusion of work. This useless performative hustle culture online does absolutely zero for your salary. The actual trust-building behaviors, on the other hand, form the foundational architecture of actually getting that raise.
So here we are at Section 3, Stop Posting, Start Asking. It is time to cut through all the insecurities about asking for money with a bit of a confrontational reality check. Listen to this. Most people are too busy making unemployed internet content to actually ask their boss for more money. Wow, let that harsh reality sink in for a second. It's pretty dark humor, but it hits the nail right on the head. Are we spending hours curating a digital persona, writing these massive thought leadership posts, creating what is so brilliantly dubbed unemployed internet content, while entirely avoiding a 5-minute direct conversation with the person who actually controls the payroll? Honestly, this displacement of effort might literally be the #1 reason salaries stay stagnant. We often hide behind our screens because the act of asking for what we want is, well, it's uncomfortable. But avoiding that discomfort is the real roadblock here.
Which brings us to our final point. It really boils down to this. Are you going to craft another internet post today, or are you going to ask your boss for money? It's a simple binary choice. We absolutely have to stop avoiding the direct action of just asking. The architecture of the raise, as we've seen, isn't built on extra degrees, it's not built on years of silent grinding, and it's for sure not built on viral posts on social media. It is built on pure networking, genuine trust, and having the sheer courage to make a direct request. So, the ball's in your court. What's your next move going to be?